Welcome back. It is a muggy, warm, but breezy morning. We'll try and get some stuff in the ground today. We're supposed to have storms this afternoon. We had about 4,300 7-inch rain last night, so definitely muddy, but I think we can get some stuff done today and hopefully get some of these plants moved out of the greenhouse. Because I'd like to get the greenhouse planted hopefully in the next week or 2 weeks. And that means I got to get all of this stuff out into the ground and all the mess cleaned up. The first pepper bed is planted. This is 75 peppers, mostly salsa peppers, a couple of bell peppers. I'm trying something new this year. I am planting in multiples of 5 because that's what I've got in a 6-foot row of weed block, and I'm keeping track. I want to be able to say how many do I get from the yellow bells, how many do I get from the Big Jim chili peppers, for planning and knowing what we actually use. So that's the plan for peppers. I decided to get rid of the weed block I've been using for the beans. I don't like how it works out. It's hard to get the beans buried and covered with soil with how small the holes are. So I've got some backside of this bed that's going to be with the weed block, and the rest I'm going to try and just keep up with the weeding. This has been tilled 3 times, I think. So far so good. And I can flame weed for the next week or 2 before they come up and hopefully be good to go. It was a warm, humid weekend. Had a chance for some storms, didn't end up getting much of anything, and today was 60 degrees, so cool Monday morning, but the plants are definitely perking up. Everything's looking great. I've got probably about 3/4 of the garden planted, so let's take a look around. Cooler temperatures, cooler nights, and a lot of rain definitely helped the cabbage. These have probably doubled in the last 2 or 3 days in size. And even the ones that looked pretty rough when I put them in have perked up and are doing great. First bed of peppers went in last Friday. This is Napoleon sweet peppers, Cubanelles, and Biron. I've never grown any of these varieties before, so hopefully they'll do well. They're on the small side, I think, but give them a little bit of heat and some fertilizer and they'll take right off. One of the things I'm really trying to do this year is to be a little bit more strategic with where I put stuff. This is a great example. This is kale that I have next to the rabbit cages. And by the time we get to 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, it gets a little bit of shade, and I think it'll do a lot better. Next to that is my mess of grass and weeds, but for now, we're going to ignore that. I planted 2 mixed beds this year of cabbage, leeks, and onions. I've never done that before, but I ended up with some space that seemed to work. It'll also mean that between those beds will be tomatoes. So everything should be nice in terms of companion planting, and hopefully they help each other out. If not, I think it's going to look really neat to have the different plants growing next to each other. Hopefully they're not spaced too close, but if they are, that'll be okay. It looks sparse now, but give it a couple weeks of heat and the zucchini will be overtaking this area. This is golden zucchini and a couple of bush varieties. My plan this year is to actually succession plant these. In the past, I have planted 1 round and then they tend to fizzle out about the end of July. So I'm going to go ahead and plant another round probably around the 4th of July. And when these start to look a little bit rough, take them out and put in for hopefully an early fall crop.